All right, guys, what is going on? It's Larry White, catalyst and creator of opportunity, and I am here with my main man, Jeff Russell, head of Russell Realty Group. How is it going today, sir?
Going great, Larry. How you doing, man?
Man, dude, I'm so just thankful that I have in such an interesting position where I get to talk to all-stars like yourself that's just adding so much value to agents right there in your market across the country and is just doing a lot of things differently, which is what I want to highlight on this kind of interview today, because it doesn't seem like that you're the ordinary agent. You kind of go against the grain, you swim upstream, and that is what I love on this side of things. So just to let everybody know who you are, give us a little bit of background, like how long have you been in real estate? Like, give me your elevator speech if you wouldn't mind.
All right, I'll try and be quick because it can go long. I'm a high I. I like to talk, but let's go ahead and start with, I got into real estate in '99. I started as a lender, of all things. I'm second generation. Mom told me don't get into the business because she didn't think that I had the, I don't like rejection, so she didn't think it'd be good for me. So got into real estate as a lender. In 2007, I saw things going the complete wrong way. I lost a lot of business because I was too honest as a lender in 2007. And then what happened in 2007, I was doing a lot of BPOs for all the big banks. I was going to RioMac before people knew what RioMac was. In fact, I started going in '98 before I was a realtor. Anyway,
Okay.
so in 2007, I did 700
Oh,
BPOs.
hold on 1 second. So what is RioMac for some of the people that may not have any idea what that acronym stands for?
RioMac is REO, oh boy, what does RioMac stand for? It's basically an REO foreclosure conference that all the lenders go to. And at the time when I started going, there were no agents. But now, RioMac, like 5-star, is also for REO foreclosures. A ton of agents go because everybody wants to get into REO.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
as I was saying, I got into REO because I did 700 BPOs, brokers' price and opinions, like a mini appraisal, $50. They pay you for it. I didn't do it for the $50. I did it to get into REO. Guess what? In 2009, I had over 150 listings, one person.
Nice.
So I
Very
started,
nice.
so I started a team. I had about 14 W-2 employees, about 60 agents, and it was great until everything stopped, as everybody knows. So got into retail real estate, did really well with that. Started luxury, and basically, bottom line is I was a broker owner, and I finally realized that what they call a broker for one reason, or for a lot of reasons, but broke is the key word. Brokers, it's hard to make money as a broker, because all the
Yeah.
agents are the ones making the money these days. The brokers, going to make money off their ancillary services. So I joined Keller Williams because I honestly feel that they are a very good company, and they were a very good company for me. But now I'm happy to say that I'm with eXp Realty. Anyway, that's what really brought me to where I'm at now. And let's see, I think I might have got off track of the question, Larry.
Well, I just wanted a little recap. And so basically, you've been in kind of the real estate space since 1999. So, man, we're going on 20 years now?
Yep. In 1999, in my career, I've closed about 1,000 properties, a little over 1,000 properties.
About 1,000 properties, and you're in the Southern California market. Is that right?
Southern California market, average median price is probably, I do LA, Orange, Riverside, and San Bernardino County.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm right about, I would say, 800-900 median.
Okay. And what are you and your team on track to do this year?
We're on track to do about 60 to 75 units between the team and I, which in revenue, GCI, be about, I'm sorry, in gross sales would be about 50 million in sales.
Okay, so 50+ million in sales with you and your team. Now, I want to kind of highlight, because your team is expanding furiously here because of a couple of different topics from what I see. So let's start with the REO, because I understand you have a lot of different REO relationships because you've been doing it since 1998. Is that right?
That's correct.
And so what are some of the benefits? What would you suggest for agents? How could they go about getting involved in the next REO market? Because we both know it's a matter of when and not if that's going to happen. There's a lot of writing on the wall, and a lot of things that we're doing is positioning our agents for that next REO cycle. So if you could give everybody a couple of key takeaways, what should they start doing today?
Yeah, I feel that what they should be doing today is they should align themselves with somebody that is already in REO, because it's you need to surround yourself with people that are actually no asset managers, no vendor managers, and can introduce you to these people, because that's the key. Getting in with those people is a very, very, very tough challenge. And fortunately, as I said, I did a lot of BPOs and I was going to these conferences forever. That's why I know everybody now. So align yourself with somebody that's in the REO market. Join a team. Find someone that's an REO broker in your market, and join their team. That would be my best advice, really.
And you also, so not only do you have a lot of experience, obviously you like, we have some partnerships and stuff going as well. And I've been in the default space for about 13 years. And then you brought on Robert Weichelt that sold thousands of REOs at the same point. So you're kind of surrounding yourself, setting people up for this next cycle, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Sharing is caring, So there's a lot of asset managers Robert doesn't know. There's a lot that I don't know still to this point, and it's about surrounding yourself and networking with those people. Show me your network, I'll show you your net worth.
And you have a kind of an interesting philosophy or take on the whole team atmosphere at the end of the day, because a lot of people, get turned off by that word. Like, man, I don't want to join a team and give somebody 50% of my commission and stuff there. But you have a little bit different take, because you only take a split if you actually provide the leads yourself. Is that right?
That's right. I recently changed my model on my team. So I have expansion agents where I am there to help them attract. I'm there to help them with anything that they need. I'm there for them. And I've got, for example, Silva up in Fresno. She's on my expansion team. We don't talk very often, but when she needs something, she calls me. And, when she needs to get an REO account, she calls me and says, hey, who's the asset manager? Who's the vendor manager? I dial her in with that asset manager or vendor manager. I get her assets. So, basically,
you had connected her to me when she was having a problem switching over to Zoom at that point, and then within the week she had her Zoom account and she was taking listings for her.
Yep, exactly. So really, what I've done is I have some people on my A team, but it's a very select amount, and it's only listing agents. Okay, those are the people that are have a split. It's not even 50-50. It's a better split. It's a different split than that, I should say. So, but for my buyer's agents and people on my expansion team that are listing agents and or buyer's agents, yeah, it's just I distribute leads to all of these people, and I enable them to hold open all of our REO properties, which, by the way, the REO properties are the best properties to hold open. Why? Because they're pre-market. They're not in MLS yet. So, buyers come in there and they want to know, how much is the property? Well, guess what? We don't have a price. What's that buyer going to do for you now? They're going to write down their number and all their information, their mom's telephone number. And I'm going to say, look, here's my information. Please call me. I mean, how often does someone tell a buyer's agent, please call me? It's very powerful having these REO properties. And quite frankly, I can tell you our team double ends on a lot of them. I don't ever double end them, but our team usually does.
Yeah, and it's if you think about it, there's a shortage in a lot of markets, so it's inventory that's not on the market yet. And generally, people associate these REOs with a great deal and price, and that's what everybody wants. So it drives like from my experience, we generate 3 to 4 times the amount of leads off of an REO or foreclosure versus a regular property. And I know you do a lot of the marketing to drive that traffic and then disperse those leads to your partners or teammates or agents, whatever you want to call them at the end of the day.
That's right. But and I know most of us don't have a love-hate relationship with Zillow, but I have to tell you, as a premier agent and being able to still list coming soon properties in Zillow, wow. I throw all my REOs and pocket listings into there, and guess what? That phone starts ringing and ringing and ringing, and people want to know. And agents don't like it. But it's, hey, we all are out here making money, and if we're doing it honestly, then it's okay.
Absolutely. So Zillow Premier Agent coming soon is a huge takeaway for anybody that's watching this. Now, one other thing, I know that when I was over at Zome, which is where our relationship really kind of jumped to the next level, we started working with auction platforms. And so tell me a little bit, I know you and Robert are both getting some major traction with these auction platforms. Like, tell me a little bit about what you're working on over there.
Yeah, the auction platforms are a heaven sent. I mean, things are changing. Real estate's changing. We've got all these this, that, Zillow. I mean, you have to be able to adapt in order to stay in front of things. You need to, what I tell my team is we need to be doing things that other agents won't or can't do. And yes, Mike Bjorkman, I did steal that from you. Mike Bjorkman's a good friend of mine. He's awesome. But anyway, yeah, so we do those things. And one of the things that I found is this auction platform. It's something it's proprietary that is and private. And I've used this and I cannot tell you that it's the number of buyers that we get because we only have 1 or 2 showings. And in those 1 or 2 showings, it creates demand, it creates scarcity, and people make it happen. They get there to the open house. And what that does is when you go to the open house as a buyer, you've got all these people like, oh my gosh, we better put in an offer quick. And it's just been an amazing platform for us. And it's brand new. So it's, my mind's all over the place when I'm thinking about it because there's just so many great experiences we've had. We had over 100 people in an open house in one day. I mean, it
Wow.
we had 12 people pre-approved with our lender. And we got, there weren't as many bids as I thought would be on this. There was only about 6 bids. But bottom line is we listed for 800,000 and we went into escrow for 900,000. So
Okay.
it's amazing what it's doing for us with sellers. Sellers are seeing this. They're seeing that we're doing something that's out of the box and they're just all over it. It's going to a listing appointment is like taking candy from a baby now.
And so tell me a little bit about that because, and let me just highlight, Robert down in San Diego is using this same platform. And his last open house, they had 307 people through, which is mind boggling. 42 people got pre-qualified. So that in itself is just amazing and a very big testimonial for showing future listings. But why is it like taking candy from a baby when you walk into a listing appointment?
Well, A, nobody else is doing it, and B, it's giving a seller options. I mean, and they can pay 1% commission, they can pay 2% commission. There's a sliding scale on what they can do, and sellers like options. They like to know that they're in more control. They don't like to feel that we're in control. If they're more in control, they're much more apt to sign up for whatever you're selling.
Okay. All right. And so you guys have the option literally to have the buyer pick up all of the commission. The seller can play a portion of it, as you said. And if you're listening right now, if you're not going in with an option strategy for your particular sellers or potential listings to choose from, I think that you're leaving a lot of money on the table. If you look at the top real estate agents in the country, they're giving this option type menu for people to choose from, and that's allowing them to solve the client's problem at the end of the day, which I think is a huge point that Jeff just made there.
Yeah, that's very, very important.
Very cool, man. So we're positioning agents for the next REO cycle. We have an abundance of pre-qualified leads right now that you're generating from your auction site. Agents can use your auction site to take more listings. So obviously you're adding a ton of value. What are you looking for in partnerships with agents?
And one other thing I want to mention about the auction, because have a sliding scale, because I have a property right now that is listed for just under $1 million, went into escrow. It was a 2% listing to the seller and a 5% buyer premium. That's 7%, guys, on almost $1 million. And
wow,
for the next week. So if anybody has any questions about the auction platform, please reach out to me and I'll tell you all about it.
And I'll make sure that your contact information is in the link below and you're tagged on it so they can reach out to you directly. They can reach out to me. I'll pass them over to you because I do think it's a game changer on a number of different scales.
Yeah, and another thing about my team, real quick, is I'm not just looking for a team here in California, Southern California. I'm looking for a team all over the country. As I said before, I've got some team members up in Fresno. I've got some in San Diego. So, geography is no battle for me.
So let me ask you a hypothetical situation. You have somebody in Ohio. Could you teach them this auction platform?
Absolutely, 100%. Yep.
Okay, so you could take a leader, somebody like yourself, myself, that wants to build a team, give them this to produce massive leads or listings off of, and now they recruit buyer agents underneath, and everybody's doing more business, making more money, etc. Correct?
Absolutely, 100%.
I love it. I love it. All right, so what are you looking for? So obviously you offer a lot of value. What are you looking for in partners? Like, what are some key attributes of agents that you are looking for?
I'm looking for people that are going to run their business like a business, someone that's going to be serious, someone that's committed to working what it takes. It's 50, 60 hours a week. It's not a part-time job. Like my A team, I mentioned those people, there's expectations. You've got to make so many calls a day. You've got to make so many appointments. You've got to go on X amount of appointments. So there are things that you need to do to be on our A team. Now, there is an expansion team, which Larry and I may talk about, but that's different. You don't have to give me all that to be on that expansion team, but really to be a high producer, top producer in this business, you've really got to treat your business like a business.
And I know that you're a super high producing team. I talked to your manager a few weeks back. She talked about that you guys spend over $80,000 a year on systems, and that becomes an extension like to anybody that kind of partners with you and joins you as well, right? Like you want them to be successful and use
absolutely. We're sharing most all of our tools with our entire team, and you should be putting, any real estate professional should be putting 10% of what their GCI is back into their business, and that's why I'm putting $80,000 or thereabouts back into our business.
I love it, man. Well, there's so much stuff that we could talk about. Like REOs and those auction, I think, are two that agents should really be focusing on. I do want to spend a couple of minutes, though, because you are one of many mega producers, from the Kyle Whistles to the Mike Bjorkmans, right, to the Daniel Beer. Like some of the top agents in the country have recently made this shift over to EXP, which I see, EXP Realty, Southern California team leader. What the hell is going on? Like, why would somebody that had their own brokerage, like was at Keller Williams, which is a similar type model from what I hear, why make the switch? Why make all new signs, business cards? Like, what was the draw for you? I just got to know.
I mean, gosh, where do I start? Someone told me about EXP some time ago, and when they first told me about it, they sent me a video, and I watched part of it. And I'm a high D, so there was a shiny object, and I stopped and didn't go back to it. And then what happened is I started seeing people like myself, higher producing agents, going over there. I went, okay, I really need to look at this. I'm probably missing something. So I went to a lunch and learn and watched EXP soup to nuts. And some of the biggest things that I saw in there were time-saving functionalities of EXP Realty. To be able to, time is money. In our business, it's a lot of money, depending on
Sure.
what you're doing. So for me, biggest thing is a time saver. I can get so much accomplished in such a very short period of time without even leaving my desktop, my computer. I mean, I use Zoom, what we're using now, like probably 6 hours a day, even with my sellers and my buyers. So it's been time. There's the rev share, which some people think, oh my gosh, they're just going out recruiting people and that's all they do. No, that's not all we do. My primary goal is to produce, okay, and to help other people produce, get people on my team. Now, if I'm going to make some more money by doing that with rev share, that's gravy.
Yeah, so it's a bonus that you just kind of get to participate in the proceeds that your team is helping build at the end of the day, right?
Exactly. And I actually talked about attraction. I'm helping the people that I bring on my expansion team attract more agents under them. So I'm helping them do the same thing I'm doing for myself. I mean, it's not something that you have to do full time, but it's something that, why wouldn't anybody do it?
Sure. And is it more like, some people are at 100% companies, and we know it's not actually 100% companies. Like, you know, Keller Williams, very similar type model as far as agent attraction and stuff is concerned, but it's based off of profit and not revenue, which is a big difference.
Huge difference.
What's the cost benefit for you being over there at EXP?
The cost benefit is amazing. I mean, I was a broker owner for a long time. I know that there's not a lot of money in that, even for a Keller Williams or a Coldwell. Those people are making money off of the escrows, the title, all the ancillary services. If it weren't for those services, they would be out of business, most of them. So, you know, for me, it gave me more time, which time is money. It also gave me the ability to tech support, you know, is free for me and for all of my agents. I mean, they just log in. Regis, I didn't even mention Regis. Everybody's afraid of EXP because, oh my gosh, it's a cloud company. Where am I going to, you know, sit in the coffee? You know, where am I going to work? Well, for me, I mean, as soon as I heard that there's Regis offices and me being all over the place spread out, I thought, oh my gosh, I don't have to rent, you know, 6 or 10 different offices all over Southern California. I can just, when they join EXP, my expansion team, they'll have a place to go, sit, work, you know, use a conference room, make coffee, make copies, whatever. I think that's brilliant. That's such a brilliant idea.
Sure.
And by the way, I can't mention the last time I was in a Keller Williams office and had somebody come up to me and say, "Hey, Jeff, I've got this duplex I've been thinking about leasing or renting, or I'm sorry, selling," or, "Hey, I'm looking to buy a house." That doesn't happen, right? In a Regis office, these people are entrepreneurs like us making a crap ton of money. If you're sitting there working with them and next to them in a cubicle, I mean, God, what a great opportunity. I try and get into a Regis office every day I can because I want to meet, what do we do? It's a contact sport. I want to meet as many people as I can.
That's a great idea, man. I've never been in an office where somebody was like, "Hey, I can't handle this buyer. Can you take it?" Right? Like everybody's like covering up their papers on their desk, like, "Oh, don't look at my leads. These are secret," type thing. So that's a really good point.
Yeah, I got to be honest. I seriously, when I talk about EXP, I get chills, and it sounds freaking weird, I know, but I really do. That's how passionate I am about it. I haven't been passionate about a place that I've worked in a very long time, other than when I was the broker owner.
Very cool, man. Well, one thing I forgot to touch base on, because I do want to wrap this up for everybody, and then they can reach out to us for more information. But if somebody's interested in your auction platform, what's your auction website? Where can they go to kind of get a glimpse of what this looks like?
It's CALRES homeauctions.com. So CalRes Home Auctions.
Perfect. I will put that in the notes below as well, so people can click on that and make sure that they can go to that. And man, I know that time is money, as you mentioned. I appreciate your time as such a mega team and pulled in so many directions. If I can do anything for you, please call, text, or email me. And I appreciate your time, Jeffrey.
All right, man.
I appreciate you, sir. Have a great day.